Hey guys, hope you guys are doing good. This is Sean from ACET Education. Today we're going to discuss vocab and the CELPIP crash course final day, day 7. If you guys haven't been following what we have been doing, we have been doing something pretty amazing. All the last 6 days we have discussed everything you need to know for CELPIP. I have provided you guys really good links where you can perfect that level even further and make yourselves better in the exam. Today, day 7, I'm going to wrap up the whole exam beautifully, where I can tell you what you can do next on your own and just figure out the best ways to proceed. However, it's Monday. Every Monday we have our vocab practice, and it's a great practice. I don't want to sacrifice that for anything. So we'll start with vocab. Even if you're doing CELPIP, please listen to it. And we're going to do 10 words today, not the usual 15, because we have less time. We got to discuss the crash course as well. Now, these words, once again, I write all of them down in my blog, and the description of the blog is always in the link, so please check that out. And without further ado, word number 1 today, postpone, P-O-S-T-P-O-N-E. Postpone means to delay. So if I delayed my appointment with the doctor, I'm postponing the appointment. The spelling, P-O-S-T-P-O-N-E, is important because people know this, but they cannot write it. So try using it for your writing. Word number 2, conceal, C-O-N-C-E-A-L. Conceal means to hide. So you conceal your pimples, you conceal the truth, you hide it. Number 3 is swap, S-W-A-P. Swap is to exchange. So I swapped my money with your currency, we're exchanging it. Number 4 is exhaust, E-X-H-A-U-S-T. It means to use something. So I exhausted all the food I had in the kitchen because I was really hungry. 5 is shrink, S-H-R-I-N-K. Shrink means 2 things. One is shrinking, making something smaller, so your clothes can shrink if you put them in the washer dryer every day. And shrink also means doctor. Now, it's an informal word for a doctor or a psychiatrist, mostly used in the US. And people would say, have you seen your shrink? It means, have you seen your doctor? Not really something you want to say with a formal person, but informally, yes. Number 6 is tremble, T-R-E-M-B-L-E. Tremble means to shake. So I trembled in fear when it was the earthquake. Mostly it's shaking in fear. Number 7, soak, S-O-A-K. Soak means to make something wet. So instead of me saying that I'm going to make this cloth wet, I'm going to say I'm going to soak it in water, meaning I'm going to make it wet. Word number 8 is timid, T-I-M-I-D, means shy. So if you're a timid person, you're shy, you can't talk to people, you're an introvert, most likely. Number 9 is to urge someone, U-R-G-E. Urge means to persuade. Next time you want to say persuade or convince, use the word urge. Urge is more fancy, and I can say I urged the cashier to give me a discount, persuade. Number 10, agitate, A-G-I-T-A-T-E. It means to disturb or alarm someone. So the email from my lawyer agitated me, made me nervous, made me alarmed or shocked or disturbed. And that's our 10th word, which wraps up our vocab. Short vocab lesson here. And if you guys just follow this channel for CELPIP, that's great. But please look at the vocab lesson because CELPIP vocab is equally as important, as I mentioned on my crash course. Now, if you exclusively tuned in for vocab is all done. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Please subscribe and show your love. Otherwise, if you're here for CELPIP day 7, let's get started. Day 1, we have covered writing. Day 2, speaking. Day 3, vocabulary, or was it grammar? Day 4 was vocab, one of the two. Day 5 was reading. Day 6 was listening. And if you guys haven't looked at those days, this is what you're missing. So please look at them. You will understand how to practice, what to practice on, the strategies to practice with, and what resources you can use. Now today, we're not discussing strategies. In fact, throughout this crash course, I haven't discussed strategies because mostly my videos have all the strategies, and for every day, I have put the links in the descriptions where you can see the strategies. So if you're looking for a listening strategy, go to day 6, and in the description, you have the strategies. This course is more focused on what you can do because you're probably learning at home all by yourself. So there are some techniques that you can use. Now, let's get started with the material. So material, again, you can purchase it from Paragon. You can use a lot of IELTS material and combine it in the CELPIP format to practice the same thing. How you have to do that, I have explained them in my video, so please look at this crash course series to understand. Now, writing and speaking, you want to devote 70% of your time to writing and speaking, 30% to reading and listening. So this is for people who haven't done this exam before, because you will be surprised how difficult writing and speaking are. 70% time of all your practice should be given to that, 30% to reading and listening. Now, if you have done the exam and you're one of those unique cases who actually scored amazing on writing and speaking, but terrible on reading and listening, just change the percentage, change the formula. You would know based on your marks, right? But for people who are trying this for the first time, you want to dedicate 70% time to writing and speaking and 30% or maybe even lesser to reading and listening. The reason I'm saying this is, guys, I get calls from people who say that they have got 12 in reading and listening and 7 in writing and speaking. So you see what I mean? You need more time with writing and speaking. Okay, review my material. That's what I wrote down here. My material on YouTube is, if you guys haven't used it in the exams, you guys don't know the experience of the people who have. If you simply use my material, my templates, my strategies, you will have a phenomenal exam. I'm not just saying this because I want to make myself look good. Trust me, just believe in the stuff that I teach you here on YouTube. You'll be surprised how much that changes your marks. So review my material. My material is the most highly recommended thing I'll provide you, because if you see anything online, especially you compare this crash course with anything else online, you will see there's nothing like this. The details we go in, they're very specific. They teach you everything, like literally what words you have to use, what you have to say in every line. So make sure to review my material on YouTube and especially this crash course. The next thing is for reading and listening, you can again use IELTS material, mix it with CELPIP. I have mentioned that before in this series how to do that. You can purchase material from Paragon. You can take our classes, and with our classes you get a lot of material for free. With our classes, I was also going to mention that writing and speaking, you can write and speak, and there will be nobody to judge. I have mentioned techniques on how you can judge yourself, but it will be extremely difficult. So even if you want to take just one class just to figure out which level you're at, let me know. A teacher can properly assess your writing and speaking, and with individual feedback, they can make a huge difference. So we offer that. Let me know if you guys are interested. Okay, listening distraction. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. Oh no, that was from before. You know what? I made another page for today. Okay, reading. How do you practice reading? I have mentioned that before in my video, but this day 7, what I'm going to give you guys here is for people who have many days left for their exam. If your exam is tomorrow or next week, you just have to follow whatever I have given you on the first 6 days. Now, if you're one of those fortunate people who at least have 2 or 3 weeks, do the strategies that I'm going to teach you now. So you guys need to read newspapers, okay? Newspapers are really academic. They have difficult words, and they have the same paragraph format that CELPIP has. So it has the topic sentence, it has description, and the next idea in the next paragraph. So reading newspapers will help you sharpen your reading skills. When you face a difficult word in newspapers, Google it. You will learn vocab that way too. The other thing is, I mentioned in the listening day yesterday, listen to interviews of your favorite celebrities on Jimmy Kimmel Show, late night shows like that, and listen to comedy TV shows. CELPIP listening is based on real-life human interaction, expression, and communication. So if you listen to these specific things, interviews of people, and natural conversations which are done in comedy TV shows, you will be able to catch up on the listening. The other thing is, long-term, the vocab and grammar have to be constantly improved. You know, if the examiners don't see any mistakes, they will just target your vocab and say words could be better. But it'll be the best thing for them if you put grammar mistakes. Now they have all the grammar mistakes, now they can easily deduct your marks. So grammar and vocab are long-term topics. I won't go into the detail on how you can learn them, but I'm going to say make a target each day to learn vocab and grammar. How you can learn them is mentioned in my day 3 and day 4 of this crash course. Okay, sample essays. I'm going to put a link for some really good sample essays for IELTS, not for CELPIP. There are not many resources available, unfortunately, for CELPIP. There's a link, though, for IELTS Band 8 out of 9 essays. Please look at them. If you guys look at those kinds of questions, you will understand the level that is needed, the vocab, the sentence structure that is needed for a good mark. So that can be applied. That thinking, that logical sentence structure can be applied to CELPIP. And I'm going to put that link in the description so you guys have the idea of how to do good writings. Okay? I don't know if you guys have heard of Tony Robbins and, of course, Barack Obama. These guys are some of the best public speakers in the world. Them and everybody on TED Talks, YouTube, TED Talks, there's some amazing public speakers there. So listen to them. And this is not a listening practice. This thing I wrote down for you guys so that you use this for speaking. So you're doing speaking, you're not taking lessons, you want to self-assess, right? Record yourself. Play yourself and play Barack Obama. Play Tony Robbins. Play TED Talks. Hear the difference. If you don't sound like those people, you're not going to score good in the speaking. If you sound like them, you have a pretty good chance. So that's for your speaking practice. The other thing you can do is ask your friends and family for help. Talk to them, practice speaking, practice writing. I'm going to tell you guys one really cool thing at the end of this video. But yeah, with this for now, friends, talk to them, and you can discuss mistakes, you can discuss writing strategies, you can discuss, you know, maybe your friend is not doing CELPIP. You can just show them your writing in 1 week, and after 2 weeks, show them another writing. Ask them, do you see improvement? Do the same thing with speaking. If teachers cannot help, friends can. But again, if you do have the budget for teachers, do let me know. Revise the vocab and grammar. So the grammar exercises and the vocab exercises that I mentioned on my day 3 and day 4 of this crash course, you want to revise them too. Like if you look at those links and forget about them, you will forget about all the concepts. So you do those exercises that I mentioned in 1 week, and at the end of the week, revise. Test yourself on those things. Do you still remember that or not? So that'll help you with the progress, and you also can make a progress report. I mean, this one is pretty common sense. You can write down your previous writings, score yourself, ask a friend to score you. Same thing with speaking. 2 weeks later, try it again, see how you're progressing. Okay, the final thing is the speaking partner program. All right, I'm done with this list. I was writing this all down for the 7 days, but now the speaking partner program that I have built on this platform, I mentioned this a few days ago. You guys can contact me. I can assign you a friend or partner for speaking who can just talk to you for free. I just get to organize the session between you guys. I don't charge anything for it. And you guys can then make friends, talk to people, practice speaking, and also learn different things from different candidates. So I have this really good pool of CELPIP candidates who are participating in this. You can make friends and discuss CELPIP speaking with them, usual speaking with them, just for ESL practice even. And you guys can then also talk about writings. You know, you and your peer can get each other to check writings for yourselves. So this way you can have someone constantly motivating you, supporting you. And I understand if the lessons are too much for you to pay, this is a pretty good way to join my CELPIP community of students like yourselves and practice and benefit from that. But of course, budget-wise, if you do take the lessons, they are extremely cheap. So again, let me know if you guys need more info. I don't like to do too much promotion in my YouTube videos for my lessons. It sounds like I'm just doing it for my lessons. However, I know how important lessons are. That's why I can't help but when I give all the strategies, I always mention this since this is probably the most important one. Anyway, that ends our crash course today. I hope you guys liked it. I know I saw your comments here and there, and they were pretty good, pretty inspiring. So thank you guys for motivating me, for pushing me to make more videos, and I hope this series helps you out. Play it again, share it with your friends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I have a lot of unanswered comments, but I will get to them very, very soon. I promise you that. Thank you again. Please subscribe if you like this video, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Take care.